Bernie! Immediately in the morning, I jump on the bed and run to the toilet. Christine, what happened? And then I saw her holding a tiny device that I didn't understand what was that. And she was crying. I said, what happened? And she was crying, so silent, and she slowly gave me that device. And I started to realize. The moment I saw the pregnancy test kit on her hand, I was so happy! I will become a father. I will have my own family now. I feel that I am so complete. That time I feel that it's overjoy. I was so happy that day. But as I was sleeping during the night, I kind of felt something that I was not expected. Something is bothering at the back of my head. Am I really prepared to become a father? Do I really have enough savings, stable and financial capacity to send my child to provide everything for my family in the future? I grew up from a poor family. At 2 years old, my parents broke up. And it was so sad that my mom has to leave, and I had to be given away by my uncle and auntie. At 2 years old, I didn't understand what happened. At 2 years old, I felt, what's going on? Where are you going, Mom? And that was the last time I saw her. Couldn't remember her face right now. My aunt and my uncle raised me as their own. They have their daughter and son, and I was the third. I was the youngest of the family. I thought it was a happy childhood. They sent me to school. I was happy. I was contented. I began receiving awards in the school. My aunt pinned my medals and ribbons on me. It was a happy life, happy childhood. And a sudden change of fate changes everything in my life. At 9 years old, I experienced the most devastating experience in my life. When my aunt, my hero, I look up to her as my own mom, accidentally passed away because of vehicular accident. It was terrible. I remember crying night after night in my room. And the most difficult part was, there were nights that I heard my uncle even crying harder than me on his own room. It was so difficult. It was hard to move on when the most important person in your life was gone in a sudden. You're not prepared. I began to become envious with my classmates at school. When there are parents and students meeting, my parents were not there. My uncle has to work And I was always left at home, surviving, trying to do my own things, learning at a very early stage. There were times that I was happy receiving my first honor ribbons and medals, but I was to ask my cousin to pin it for me because my uncle was away and nobody will give me that ribbon. It's so hard. I had to work, I had to study harder, and I had this vision in mind that I will going to succeed and I will going to have a happy family. I was given a scholarship in college. However, due to our financial capacity, we are not able to afford it. I was forced to run for a youth council presidency so that I will be given a monthly allowance to spend for my monthly allowance in my college. I graduated, and after that, I knew I had to find a better job, a good job, so that I can have a better dream. I traveled from southern Philippines to Manila, 3 days in the ship. 3 days alone, lonely, you have nothing, just my own. Imagine, I felt so lonely in my life. I'd never felt afraid in my life when I was in the ship. I have enough courage to find my own destiny, to shape my future. While I was working in Manila, I was not contented with my earnings. That's why I moved to Singapore in 2008. And that's where I met Christine. In 2011, we got married. And I thought it was a happy life. And that same year, we were introduced to USANA by our friends Precious and Lawrence. I thought this could be a chance for me that I could really build and chase my dreams. However, doing USANA was not easy at the time. I had to face mountains of challenges, rejections after rejections. But you know what kept me going? It's my son. It's our son. To give me courage, to give me motivation every day that I have to work harder and to remind me that I have to provide for my family, that I have to provide for my own son, that I don't want that one day my son will tell me, Dad, why you have not done enough for us? Which I was asking for so many years when I was a child. With USANA, working so hard until I achieved my very first achievement. And that was achieving time freedom. Freedom that I could spend every time that my son is going to school, I was there. Major milestones in his life, I was there. Sending him to school, fetching him from school, makes me realize that I have done my best to become a better father that I did not experience from my own father. I've experienced different good things from USANA. We have traveled so many things, so many places. And the best thing is, I've spent every single day with our son. And every time he asks me, Dad, can we please go to the zoo? I want to see more animals. And I said, yes, why not? See, I had a difficult childhood, and I want that when I had my own family, I will make it perfect. And it happened because of USANA. Because of USANA, my life has changed, my wife's life has changed, my son's future was bright. We're able to be together in every moment that we have. Thank you, USANA, for changing my life. Thank you for USANA for shaping our future. From a little boy who never experienced what a feeling could a child could be happy when you are blowing a cake. I'd never had that. To have our own son blowing his cake, it gives me fulfillment and pride and joy that's able to accomplish as a father, as able to provide for a future of our family because of USANA. Thank you, USANA, for everything that you have done to us. I'd like to give this last message to you. Our past do not define our future, but our past inspires and shapes our present. Thank you so much.